City of Oakland. Got a bunch of shootings. You've got a recall on the mayor not long after she was elected to office. You got an FBI probe into the mayor. You've got all kinds of stuff going on. And the voters, they're fed up. Are they fed up enough to make a difference with their vote? Let's get into it. Here we go. Oakland is in crisis, residents say. It's the worst they've ever seen, and they want change. You know, I read these articles all the time, and all I can think of is, well, let's see, it's been 2 years, and you elected a progressive, Sheng Thao, your current mayor, who now has done exactly what she said she was going to do. Be soft on crime, bunch of other crazy stuff. And now you don't want that. You want something else. What do you want? Maybe, something that a lot of people are popping off with, myself included. When's the last time you had a Republican in office in Oakland? I'll tell you. It was John H. Reading, and he was mayor of Oakland, California, and a Republican from 1966 to 1977. He won 3 terms in a row. And since then, Oakland has consistently elected Democrat candidates. And how has that gone? So since 77, I remember the 77. Yeah, late 70s. Oh, it was an epic time. Everybody had long hair, big wide bell-bottom jeans. It was cool, right? It was cool. Not cool in Oakland, because that was the last of the good years. Yeah. Some might say, well, that's when it started, Sean. I think Oakland's decline has been in effect for years and years and years. But you want to talk about homelessness being an issue? Look at some of the segments. Look at some of the clips that you've got on YouTube. Just these mile after mile after mile of broken down RVs, homeless encampments. It looks worse than a third world country. It looks worse than District 9. Yeah, that's where the alien ship came down. You got to watch that movie. That's a great movie. So you've got this situation where Oakland's in crisis, and the people are saying, we need to do something about this. Here's a good story. But are the citizens really willing to do something like make a difference with their vote? No, but they want to whine about it. Hey, we elected a progressive and she's doing exactly what she said she was going to do, and we don't like it anymore. It's like, well, then get somebody else new in there that can make an actual difference. That's not what we do here in Oakland. It's not what we do here in Chicago. It's not what we do here in DC. It's not what we do here in Philly. It's not what we do here in Seattle. It's not what we do. It's not what we do in Portland. We always vote Democrat. We always get a Democrat in there. And then we just want to complain. J.J. Jenkins, who owns 3 bars in Oakland, got the text message in the early hours of the morning. The bartender at Smitty's, the popular watering hole Jenkins owns near Lake Merritt in Oakland, wrote to say that the place had closed earlier that night, Juneteenth, after a shooting. The violence, in which 14 people were shot a few blocks away, propelled a handful of onlookers into the club to seek safety and shelter. Let's get away from that nonsense out there, and let's go here. And now the area was overrun by police cruisers toggling their lights and sirens. No one's idea of a breezy holiday night was one of the city's biggest mass shootings in years. Oakland's got this kind of violence all of the time. Homelessness, massive budget deficit, a mayor in a recall situation, a mayor being probed by the FBI. Yeah, because of her boyfriend and her boyfriend's influence with family. They run the recycling for city of Oakland. I mean, there's no shenanigans there, right? No, none whatsoever. For Jenkins, who has lived and worked in Oakland for more than 3 decades, the violence capped off what's been some of the darkest time that he's lived through there. Notable for a city that has seen its share of ups and downs. Oh, we're just experiencing ups and downs. The next day, Mayor Sheng Thao's house was raided by the FBI. Number of videos on that right here on News for Reasonable People, sending Oakland's political system into a tizzy. And you know what Mayor Sheng Thao said? I'm being persecuted because I'm a progressive. Nobody wants me. It's chaos, Jenkins said. Every time I think the pendulum has swung, something like Juneteenth happens. And I don't think it's done yet. It's going to get worse before it gets better. Maybe make that vote count, folks. Oakland has seen it all. The crime and drug wave of the 90s, budgetary woes on and off for years, a catastrophic fire in the hills was one of the worst urban infernos in American history. How about all the sports teams leaving? We'll get to that. But many residents say its current slate of challenges could top them all. In interviews, community members describe the city as the most chaotic and unpredictable they've ever seen, saying they are staggered by the number and complexity of its problems. Well, as these problems have been developing, did you ever think that maybe your leadership might have something to do with that? Start with your overall leadership. Start with your governor. Governors just run your state into the ground. Yeah, how's that working out? And now he wants to take that. He wants to run the United States like he's run California into the ground. I don't think so. I could see him getting nominated. I really, really can. And I've predicted that could happen. Will it happen? Who knows? I mean, Biden has doubled down on, I'm your man for the job. And even all of these Democrats are saying, it's not a good idea. This isn't going to work out well. Even Jon Stewart came out and said, the way that they're covering up for Biden is just complete BS. And it is. But when you've got knuckleheads like Sheng Thao and Gruesome Newsom, some would say London Breed, all of these leadership positions that have gone down these progressive, roads, because the whole progressive thing has been, everybody was hot to trot in these big Democrat run cities. Oh, it's the greatest thing ever. We're just going to revolutionize the world here. And then things just absolutely tank. Can't get any cops. Yeah, you defunded the police. Things just went sideways. Whole fentanyl Floyd thing. They're just peacefully protesting. Really? A budget crisis has tied up business and City Hall as policymakers and staffers struggled to close a $292 million deficit. This isn't just Oakland. This is many, many other cities as well. But what you're seeing is oftentimes the margins of deficit are just so much larger in the big blue run cities because they've gone down the road of, hey, we're a sanctuary city. Of course we'll take you on. They've spent money that they don't have, and they've spent it on stuff that doesn't really benefit their citizens other than virtue signaling. We're a sanctuary city. Aren't we great? Downtown Oakland remains a faded image of what it was before the pandemic. Same thing with Seattle. Same thing with San Fran. Same thing with Portland. I notice a trend there. Yeah. And it doesn't start with Republican leadership. No, because you haven't had one of those forever in all those communities. So public safety is a top concern after crime rose significantly in 2023. We're being told it's all good now. Crime is going down, but is it? Is it? Oakland has been publishing misleading crime data for years. That's something out of the San Francisco Chronicle. Interesting. What's up with that? Yeah. Well, I mean, it's going to really rile people up if they knew how bad things actually were. And, the politicians in place, they want to hold the status quo. So, things are getting way better. It's a lot better. It's a lot better. And then the Chronicle pops off with, no, misleading crime data. And I think also people have just gotten used to the idea that wild crime is here to stay because, don't have enough cops to actually respond to it. And if you don't have prosecutors prosecuting and putting people in jail, if there are no repercussions for your illegal actions, for your violent actions, then the world's your oyster. You got nothing to worry about. So, come to Oakland, do your thing. It's all good. Just tear the city apart. It's fine. We tolerate it. And you've literally elected progressive after progressive after progressive because that's what you do. And then you wonder why. I don't understand why things are so out of control here. It's because you got nobody really kind of laying down the law and saying, no, we're not going to tolerate that. Here's what we're doing instead. Instead, you're talking about, we're going to invest in the community and we're going to get more social workers. It's just all going to sing Kumbaya and it's going to be the greatest thing ever. Meanwhile, the FBI is at Sheng Thao's house from 6 a.m. until 10 a.m., going through everything. And then there's the 1-2 punch of the mayor's opponent successfully certifying a November recall of her on June 18th. and the raid 2 days later, with Thao suddenly entangled in an investigation and political enemies circling. The mayor has not been charged with or accused of any crimes. No, but when the FBI does a raid on your home, it doesn't look good. The optics are not good. Oakland is in a crisis, wrote 𝗪𝗪𝗧𝗛, who served as Oakland's mayor between 91 and 99, a period marked by concerns. I have concerns about crime, blight, and drug use. Blight is an excellent, excellent word. Oakland, blight. Yes. Good description? Absolutely. Many of those problems are not new. They continue to evolve. Why are they evolving under progressive leadership? Why are they evolving underneath Democrat leadership? And other cities with Republicans, they don't have blight. I don't know. Is there a correlation there? Hard to say, right? Hard to say. Not to say that there aren't some tough, Republican-run communities, but they're pretty rare. It's pretty rare. You go to most Republican cities, you go to their downtown, it's not a shit show like Oakland. It's just not. You just don't have that. You don't have the same things. Different values, right? Different values. This whole notion of being progressive, it's not a thing. Law and order is a thing. Yeah. Many of these problems are not new. They continue to evolve. They require ideas and renewed commitment to a plan of execution. A plan, but never put in place, never executed. Talk about it, but no real action. This is the worst Oakland's ever been. We need different leadership to change it. And then how are you going to vote? We're going to vote for the most progressive person out there, obviously, because that's what we've always done. And then we're just going to bitch about it. So Oakland really wants to do something. San Fran really wants to do something. Seattle really wants to do something. Portland really wants to do something. Make that vote count. But you know what? You won't. The best you can hope for is a more moderate elected official. Moderate Democrat. You can't hope for Republican. Anything with an R in front of it, that's the devil. That is Satan himself being elected to public office, right? The city must get beyond finger pointing and blame game as soon as possible. That's what they always keep saying. They always keep saying. And the former mayor, her idea of what they should do is a citywide charrette, a series of roundtable discussions, some more talking, no action between community members, public groups, and other stakeholders. You got to start throwing people in jail. You got to get rid of the homeless thing. You got to do a bunch of other basic stuff, get things back to square one, and then you can go from there. But you're not willing to do that because you'd have to put some people in jail. You have to spend money you don't have on policing. You'd have to spend money you don't have on treatment, mental institutions. California's been run under the ground. Everybody knows it. And you want to have that guy running the country? Okay. Well, I'd have podcasts for days, right? So others interviewed for this story were less diplomatic. A shit show was what more than one resident, including a typically well-mannered reverend, called it. A shit show. Yeah, that's not positive, right? Then we go into Oakland is down but never out. You know what's interesting is you hear so many people that are my age and a little bit older talking about how Oakland back in the day was so cool and it had so much to offer, and it still does, but it's just layered upon layered upon layered by all this crap from bad public policy. Yeah, you hear about people talking, I grew up in Oakland and it was the best. We could do this, this, and this. It sounds like Narnia. Sounds like it was just cool. And then it's just steadily gone downhill, right? So they're going to talk about, some stuff. I'm not into the doom loop theory. Nope. I'm just going to ignore all this crazy stuff going on. And I'm going to pretend it's not really happening. And doom loop? Oh, no, this is national. Literally, that's what it says. But this is not indicative of local weather. This is national. Okay. All right. Whatever. I don't think so. It's like saying Portland is national. No. Specifically leadership there. We've got these political winds so-called changing. People like Stephen Tavares, who writes the East Bay Insider's newsletter with local politics, say the downbeat climate in the city is prompting a changing political tide. Is it, though? Is it? The progressive wave, which he dates to the Occupy movement in 2011, is receding, he said. It was basically carte blanche for progressives, he said. but we're now leaving that golden era. Now, I'd say that golden era was pretty bad for the city, wasn't it? Yeah, 2011 till now, last 13 years, it has not been an uptick. It has not been a recovery. Everything has gone sideways. Everything has gone sideways. Just take a quick video look of the homelessness in Oakland. It is horrific. Horrific. In Oakland, I don't know, you know this, but you got a state income tax. Yeah, you're in California. So you got all that going as well. You pay more in taxes, but get less services. No wonder people are leaving for Florida and Texas and Tennessee by the droves. I mean, the amount of money leaving California right now is in the billions as far as tax base goes. So the opposition to progressives like Mayor Sheng Thao, has been mounting, abetted by the budget crisis, frustration with crime, and fallout from the FBI raid. Lauren Taylor, a more centrist politician who came in second to Thao in the mayor's race in 2022, says he's ready to jump in again should the mayor be recalled in November. Okay, so get a moderate in there. Get somebody who's willing to be realistic. Fewer shenanigans. So Oakland, it sold its Coliseum. They sold the sale of the Coliseum to close the city's budget gap, saying it just delays fixing long-standing budget issues because now you don't have the tax revenue from the Coliseum. You're selling. That's a short-term solution for a long-term problem, which is you need that revenue. You need that extended revenue. It's like selling your kidneys to pay your electric bills, he said. So all of these issues, which we've identified 10 ways from Sunday, is anything really going to change? It's going to take forever for something to really impact Chicago. In the meantime, you need some leaders who are willing to identify the problems. All right, okay, here's the issue. How do we fix it? How have other cities fixed that? Oh, we got to have a tough on crime approach? Yeah. Got to sweep some homeless people? Wow. Just like the Supreme Court said, hey, it's okay to do that. Right? Yeah, you got to have less tolerance for the shenanigans. And are you really going to do that? No. We believe in progressive. It works. It's progress, right? Yeah. How much progress has Oakland had since 77? A lot. But unfortunately, it's been downward. Yeah. I don't see a switch out taking place. One politician can't overcome years and years and years of downward and or sideways action. Just can't. It's just not much you can do. So citizens of Oakland, be happy with what you have because you put it there. You put it there with your vote. So if you really want to make a difference, find the most moderate politician you can that actually addresses some of these issues. Go with them. Not these ridiculous progressives like Sheng Thao. Look where that's got you. It's got you in the news just about every day because your political leader is doing shenanigans or has the optics of shenanigans. Even if she's 100% innocent, you guys already want to recall her, right? Yeah, recall vote got 40,000 votes and you only need a 25K or something like that. Yeah. Make that vote count. Bottom line, are you going to do that? Nah, I think you just want to bitch about it and carry on. And this is just what you're going to keep doing. All right. That's it for me on this one. Thanks so much for being here. I'll catch up with you in the next segment. Love to have you subscribe, do all that good stuff. And I'll see you then. Bye for now.